A typical morning at the bank always started with me clearing out the ATM. Okay, and then you're gonna be doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Once I'm gone, this branch of the bank is definitely going downhill. Damn, why are you leaving again? I got a better job at a different bank. They're not giving me a promotion or any raise in my salary. I've been working at this specific branch for 13 years, and I've capped out on my maximum salary that I can get from this place, which sucks because I've put in my heart and soul into this place. This is like my bank. Damn, there's nowhere like up in like the corporate offices they can promote you to. You're just stuck as the assistant manager at the neighborhood bank for 13 years. Damn. Yeah, I know, right? This bank does not care about operations at all, which sucks because operations is what makes everything go around. But I guess having a spot in the bank's pride float at the pride parade every year is the closest thing that any of us are gonna get to being famous in our sad little lives. I said we, us. Speak for yourself. I don't care about no float. I don't care about no pride parade. And I definitely don't give a fuck about this bank to be sitting here for 13 years. Speak for yourself, bitch. That's the closest thing you're gonna get to being famous, bitch. Like, I just knew I wasn't gonna be working at that bank forever. A lot of people have done that before. I've encountered so many people who have such damaged aspirations, like they've been beaten down by the system so much that they don't believe in themselves anymore, and they try to project their insecurities about their life onto you. And I just keep my mouth shut when people say that. They say, oh, us in our sad little lives. Because that's witchcraft. That's spells. They're casting a spell on themselves, and they're trying to get you to agree. Because misery loves company. They want you part of their coven, their loser coven. I said, no, I'm not saying nothing. Okay, I don't get it. Like, why couldn't they just promote her to branch manager instead of assistant manager? Like, why did they hire you? Especially if she's been working here for like 13 years or something. They hired me, the manager, because the assistant manager is in charge of operations. So they do paperwork, the ATM, which is now your job, which is crazy because we just hired Cammy like 3 seconds ago. Now we're giving him the job of the assistant manager? What the fuck? With no assistant manager title or pay, by the way. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing with that. The bank is all about optics. You do not want to be attached to that role because the assistant manager goes into operations. The manager goes into banking and sales. As you just saw with the assistant manager, she had a cap. Like, she's been working here for 13 years and they let her waltz out the door because the bank doesn't value operations. They don't care about that shit. They care about numbers. They care about money. They care about credit cards. Sorry, I'm just really passionate about sales. Anyway, that's why we don't want to promote you to the assistant manager role. I'm looking out for you, by the way. We want to put you in the banker position because you're charismatic. You're good with people. The customers really like you, so you would have more value doing that than being some assistant manager filing papers in the background. Fucking. Why didn't she just get into sales then so that she could broaden her portfolio and not have to leave this job that she cared so much about after 13 years? Oh, she tried. She was a fucking bitch, as I'm sure you're about to tell the viewers. No one fucking liked her. No one behind the scenes liked her. Her bosses didn't fucking like her. We don't like her. You don't like her. The first time you talked about her in a video, you told us about how she poured out your money on the ground all over the place because one time you forgot to bring your key with you or something. Like, she's just an abusive, psycho, fat, white bitch. She's useless, and the job doesn't value her. They had her sitting here for 13 fucking years talking about, why am I not getting a promotion? Value me. And then they said, oh, sorry, there's no more promotions for your position. Sorry. Okay. Her dumbass sat there and stayed for 13 fucking years. So, I mean, we could promote you to the assistant manager role. You can cap out after your first couple years. And then on your 13th year, you can finally take a look in the mirror at your life and realize that you hate your life and you feel undervalued at the place that you spend 8 hours hours of your day, every week at. Or we can get you into sales. We can get you into selling credit cards to people. We can put numbers on the board behind your name. And then in my journey to becoming the district manager, we can work on your journey to becoming the banker and then becoming the branch manager. And then you can become the district manager after I'm gone, even farther up in the corporate offices. It's me and you, kid. Damn. Okay. Anyway, get out of my office, though. I do have to call that fat white bitch, though, and ask her a couple questions. I thought you said she was useless. Did I say she was useless? She's literally not, and we actually needed her. She was such a bitch, but that's part of the job. You need a bitch running the operations so that people are too scared to do things wrong so they don't fuck up the operations of this global fucking bank. We are managing millions and millions on millions, like hundreds of millions of these people's dollars. We need a bitch to keep us in check. Otherwise, we're just gonna fuck everything up. So yeah, I need to call her immediately and ask her for help on the operations because we have an audit on our branch coming up in a couple weeks. Hello? Oh my god, hey! We miss you so much. We miss you so much. Like, I can't. That was a really interesting insight also. Operations is just as important as sales, but it's invisible. The effects of a well-oiled machine are very quiet. Because it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be quiet so that the loud ones, the salespeople, the people who are bringing in the money, can do their job without any interruptions. Anyway, who gives a fuck about the trajectory of that job title? Because as I just told you guys, and my manager told me, she was moving me more towards the position of like banking and sales and things like that. But the crazy part about it was we had an audit coming up and we had no operations manager. We had no operations anyone. So that was honestly really scary and nerve-wracking, but then when I thought about it, I was like, bitch, I'm the teller. Like, aw, you have no operations manager. What that got to do with me? Hi, welcome in. Hi. How can I help you? We usually had like 30 transactions per day, including like pre-scheduled appointments and stuff like that. Hi, I'd like to deposit a check. Okay, period. Can you insert your debit card? Yeah, here. And then enter your PIN. Oh, okay. Debit card and PIN combo is the only verification you need if he's doing a transaction on his account. Okay, and then what happens if he doesn't have his debit card? Then you'd need to see his ID and you can manually search him, but since he already had his debit card and PIN, the program is gonna pull up his profile automatically. Okay, they entered their PIN, so I don't need their ID. One moment, sorry, the computers are so slow. Oh, the systems. Yeah, don't worry about it, I know exactly how it is. Okay, the program should pop up any second now.
Hi. I'm the program that pops up automatically when they enter their PIN number. How can I help you?
He said he wants to deposit a check.
Into his checking or savings account?
Oh, let me ask. Which account did you want to deposit that check into? My checking account, please. Okay. Click deposit into checking account.
It takes like 1.5 seconds for me to scan it.
Handed the check off to the check scanner machine.
Scanning check.
And now there's going to be a pause in the transaction. Here at this branch of the bank, we consider ourselves to be sharks. That was why it was perfect when the district manager was interviewing me for this role. I told them to put me into a branch that I would really be able to fit in with because I'm just like the one to like go after the sale. Like I'm that type of manager. Like I just like to go after the sale. Like, especially since we are such a small branch. Yeah, we don't get that many transactions. Yeah, so you really have to be a shark. Go get it. Sales. Credit cards. Business accounts. Wow, you guys are like so passionate about this. Well, yeah, because it's money on our quarterly bonus. Each level of account that you make or type of money that you bring into the bank is more money onto your bonus. So it's like new accounts, then business accounts, credit cards, business credit cards, ding, 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 ding. And then it's like, then there's like wealth management referrals, where if we send someone to wealth management, that's money that we get. It's like a whole thing. That's why I'm trying to train you to be a banker, because I think you'd be really good at it. Okay. While we wait for the machine to scan your check, I just wanted to say one more time, thank you so much for being so patient. What? No, it's fine. Take your time. I understand. Oh my god, thank you. Like, yeah, these machines are so slow. You would think a global bank at this point would have invested the money into getting some faster computers, but I guess not. I know, right? Tell me about it. So while we wait for these slow computers, let me just ask, just to make sure everything's going good with your account, right? Yeah, as far as I can tell, everything's going fine. I mean... Oh, okay, yeah, let me just take a look. You have the mobile app downloaded and everything. Yeah, I was just looking at my balance the other day. And, how's your savings account going? My savings account? Yeah, your savings. It's fine, I think. Why? Oh, well, when I was looking at your accounts, I just noticed your savings account isn't high yield, so you're missing out on a lot of free money by having it just sitting there in a regular savings account. And the market is really good right now. You do not want to miss out on these rates. Oh my god, where did she come from? Oh my god. Oh, sorry. I know it seems like we just come out of nowhere, but we are so passionate about our customers here that I am always listening and always ready to serve the customers. I'm the branch manager. Nice to meet you. I'm the head of sales. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Yeah, the market is pretty good right now. You're gonna want to get on top of that high yield savings account. It's blah 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 percent APY, which is money that you could be getting for free just for having it sitting in the high yield savings account. Oh, okay. I mean, can I take you guys' business card? I'm not sure if I have enough time today. This isn't a time consuming thing. I don't know how other banks have done it, but here at this branch, all I need you to do is just sign, and then on the back end, I'll change your account to high yield, and you won't even have to lift a finger. Oh my god, okay, that's like quick. I've never known a bank to be that quick with it. And here's your receipt for the check deposit. Oh, thank you. Oh, and I'm surprised you don't even have a credit card with us. Oh yeah, I've been looking around at banks, but I'm not sure which one to sign up for. Well, I can get you started with that too. All you need to do is sign, and I can get the paperwork filled out without you even being here, and then we will mail you the card. Oh wow, okay, okay, thank you so much. Yes, okay, just come with me into my office over here. I'm not gonna lie, it always feels like a little bit wrong. In what sense? It kind of feels like we're like tricking them or like leading them into something that they didn't want. Well, they didn't want it, but some people didn't even know what there is to want to not want that thing. Does that make sense? That person didn't even know what a high yield savings account is, and because of you and me and now our banker who's about to convert his normal savings account into a high yield savings account, he's about to get free money deposited into his account just for having the money in his account. And what we get out of that is numbers on the scorecard that goes into the quarterly bonus. Yes, so no matter what, selling the products to the customers benefits everyone. The blood is more of a metaphor that has everything to do with us as salespeople and nothing to do with the customers. The scent of blood is the potential for a sale. And as a shark, you have to be able to identify, to smell the blood, the potential for a sale. And that was generally how it went working there. There were two things happening at once. So since we only had about 30 people come in per day, and I'm talking a mix of established clients and also people who just came in for general transactions like deposits and withdrawals and stuff like that. And it was a 9-to-5 job. It was fucking boring. And the people who came in were kind of few and far between because clients would come in with appointments, and so we were able to anticipate them coming in. So when it was just someone coming in for like a mundane transaction, since there was usually no one waiting behind them in line, we were able to put such a coordinated, concentrated effort into making a sale, which was what got us into being like the number 2 branch in the district, because the really busy branch couldn't put that energy into each sale because they had like a line of people out the door, like the people who worked in downtown San Francisco and stuff. The second thing that was happening was because it was so fucking boring, like you're literally sitting there for like 7 out of the 8 hours that you're there staring at the wall. You kind of had to like use your imagination to squeeze any drop of intensity out of any interaction, otherwise you die of boredom. Like it was literally mind-numbingly boring. Hey Cammy. Hi, welcome in. What do you got for me today? I'm gonna deposit this check. All right. And just to make sure, this is getting deposited into my bank account, right? Yeah, right. Into my business account. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just got so confused. Okay. So the assistant manager lady who quit at the beginning of the video, she drilled into me from the moment I stepped onto the job that customer relationships were everything. And that was mainly why they hired me, because they told me during my interview I was like really charming and lively and like cutesy. And so they were like, you're like the perfect person to have as the face when people walk in. Just waiting for the check scanning machine. Oh, the system's slow. So long. Yeah. Yes, I don't know. What can you do? So this guy was the owner of a construction business with his brother, and they were really successful, as in like multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in their business accounts, not to mention their personal checking accounts. So they were really successful and they had a lot of money coming in and out of the bank. Whenever they would do a project for their job, they would get paid through a check and then they would come in and deposit the check. So when it's like a $200,000 check, obviously the bank has to go and check to make sure with the bank that the check was made out from that $200,000 exists in the first place. He comes in, deposits it with me. It's a very large amount, and since I was only a teller, I needed my manager to come and do an approval on the computer. So when the construction guy comes to deposit the check, the performance begins. Yeah, and the weather outside has just been so rainy. It's like, I know, and it's like just so hard for us to get the guys out to work on these projects. As the teller, I was the first line. I was the main person who was interacting with every customer and client anytime they came in. A huge part of my job, as I told you guys, was to make nice with the customers and clients and really get to know them and familiarize myself with them and banter with them. The bank was open so everyone could hear everything. So while I am conversating with the customers, the sharks are in the background sniffing around for the scent of blood or a potential sale. And you want to make a deposit? Yeah, into my business account. Oh, $200,000. Okay, I need an approval from my manager for this. This wasn't just casual conversation. These were key words being thrown around. So while there was a pause in conversation while my manager was doing the approval on the computer, that pause in the conversation was the perfect time for the banker, hello, how are you doing, to appear and do his job. Okay, it's time to pack up and go home. Finally. You're always making those creepy ass drawings. Look, I'm fine with you doing that, but just make sure the customers and the clients don't see that. Hey. And look, you know, I'm just speaking for me personally. Yeah, like, of course. I just prefer more of like a traditional relationship. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I just like... Hey. Hi. How was work? Yeah, was it crazy again today as usual? Yeah, you already know the deal. What are you making? Oh, spicy ramen. You know my ass can't cook. When I used to live in LA, I would make buldak ramen like that, and I used to like crack an egg in it and grab some vegetables like some bok choy and like zhuzh it up a little bit. It was like really good. You should try that. Oh no, I can't eat vegetables because of my IBS. What? What do you mean? I don't know. It's just something about vegetables that makes my stomach hurt so bad. I get so sick when I eat vegetables. I've never heard of that IBS symptom, but I believe you. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go to my room. Night, guys. Good night. So anyway, yeah, and then I just feel like a man. Looking back on this time in my life, I did not like those roommates at all. Like, I thought they were birds. Like, they were two dumbass bitches telling each other. No, literally. No, I didn't. But in a different timeline where I wasn't going through so much in my personal life, I definitely could have been their friend. Like, I just had no patience or tolerance for their dumbass shit. And I just wasn't really interested in hanging out with them too much. And so every time I would come home, I would just go straight into my room. My room and my alone time was what gave me the space and opportunity to handle some other business that was happening in a different world. I always wait until nighttime. It's easier to do what I do when the world is quiet. So it's year 22, and I've been living at this apartment for a couple months now. I'm finally feeling comfortable enough to do my thing here, but I think I'm gonna try something new. It's gonna be different this time than how I did it at my parents' house. I want to have a place to start the ritual this time instead of having everything all over the place. I think that's what made everything so volatile there. I'll stick with the circle though. I used it a couple times in the past, and even though things were still crazy, I have a pretty good idea of how to handle it this time. Okay, to make it fair, I always wait until after I do the ritual to prepare. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that, and I have a procrastination problem. Either way, I've never lost, so this is how it goes. Okay, I like a knife, but that alone isn't gonna do the job. You need some other tools, so I keep a couple strands of this magical hair from... I'll tie one piece around the knife and keep the other piece on my person. I can use it to teleport between pieces, but after I do it once, the other piece burns up, so I have to be considerate with my supply. Obviously, we're dealing with the supernatural here, so I have to salt my knife, and I use olive oil to make the salt stick to the knife. I'm sure there are better ways, but this is how I do it, and again, it's always worked out for me, so... Okay, I think that's all I'll need. I'm sure my visitor should be here any minute now, so let me make my way to the front. It was around this time when I had received a text message before work from an old friend of mine from high school who texted me some tea about a different old friend of ours, mutual friend from high school. So let me walk it back before I tell you guys about the tea. During the pandemic when I was 20 was this time in my life when I really started to grow up and realized that I was outgrowing a lot of my old friends from when I was a teenager. One of my friends at the time had invited me to a birthday trip, and we planned this whole trip together, and she was inviting a couple of her other friends, and when we got to the trip, she treated me horribly. The birthday trip was horrible before it even started, because the night before we were about to go on the trip, when I called her on the phone with such excitement, she was with her boyfriend and she was acting really strange. It was because we were in front of her boyfriend. I was hella excited and she was acting like she was too cool to be excited, which was weird because the whole previous month of us planning it, she was hella excited. Then we get in front of her boyfriend. Now you acting like too cool, like, oh yeah, I don't know. What? I hate that lame ass shit. You a lame bitch. And then her boyfriend made this comment about gay marriage, saying that it didn't matter. Instead of checking her boyfriend, she started laughing. And so I was only 20 years old at the time. My life experience and discernment weren't at the level that they are now. I'm 26. And so I didn't know that I could walk away. I didn't know that it would be okay if I walked away. I didn't know that I don't need anyone to be whole. And so I still went on the trip because regardless of anything, that was one of my best friends at the time. It was her 21st birthday and I really loved and cared about her, so I just wanted to go and support her on her birthday. And then I figured I'd like talk to her about it afterwards instead of like ruining the vibe by talking about, you know, this tension before. She continued to act weird towards me in front of her boyfriend, which really hurt my feelings, and it made me retreat into my shell because I think of myself as a gift. I think of my personality as a gift, and I think that if you're gonna act weird towards me or act like I'm a burden, act like I'm annoying, then I'm not gonna speak because I'm not going to put myself out there just to be treated horribly. When I was there but I wasn't there, yeah, everyone noticed. So anyway, the birthday trip went crazy. It was crazy, and she was the complete background character character of her own birthday trip because of all the drama that was happening with everyone else. After the Airbnb portion of her birthday trip was over, then her and I were supposed to stay in a hotel, and that was what we agreed on, to stay in the hotel and for the rest of the weekend until we were gonna drive back home. Her dad got it for us and everything. And when we make it to the hotel, she asks me to go stay somewhere else because her and her boyfriend wanted to fuck in there. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? When we get in the car to come back from the birthday trip, we both are like, what's going on? Because that did not go the way that it was supposed to go. So when she tells me from her perspective, she goes like everyone was acting weird this weekend, and when I went around to ask everyone like what their problem is, everyone just kept saying you. I was like, oh, okay, so when you went up to the person who went drunk driving in the middle of your birthday party and got arrested and got a DUI at 20 years old and spent the night in the police station, causing us all to have to leave at some point during your birthday party to go pick him up from the police station, and then got in a fist fight with the other friend who was there in the middle of the police station at fucking 3 a.m. He said it was me. I was the reason his vibe was killed. And the person who got in the fist fight with him, he didn't say that it was because that guy threw in his face that he himself had gotten a DUI the week before and he tried to hook up with me and I turned him down. He didn't say that. He just said it was me, like I was ruining the vibe. Okay. And so for me, like where things go left is like, wow, like you didn't even talk to me about that. First of all, we were supposed to be best friends. Second of all, you let these people go around and these bitches got arrested. These bitches got DUIs. These bitches got in fist fights. These bitches tried to hook up with me and I didn't want to because that would have caused more drama. Because I used to with the other guy who he came with and they were best friends. So what would that look like for me if I hooked up with my ex's best friend? Like what? Like hold on. And then to kick me out of the hotel afterwards after I needed you because I was only 20 years old. And given I have a lot of friends, so I, you know, just went and stayed with one of my other friends while we were in LA, but still the agreement was we were going to stay together. And after all that, she really sat there next to me in that drive back from LA. I don't want to say that like you're the reason that my birthday trip went horrible, but like after I got out of that car, when she dropped me off at home, I obviously stopped talking to her because I have to maintain my personhood. When you're charismatic and light and funny and nice, people take you as a punching bag and they just try to like throw you under the bus or do whatever they want with you, and they think that you're supposed to just be okay with it. I think that I'm magical. In order to preserve that magic, I have to walk away when I'm disrespected. I have to clear the room. So yeah, I stopped talking to her. Like, I'm not about to have you fucking tell me I ruined your birthday when a bunch of bitches went and caused hell, and because I had an attitude because you let your boyfriend say something homophobic. Now I ruined your birthday. Fuck you, bitch. I'm aggressive about it now because I'm 26 and I'm very protective over my younger self. At the time, I wasn't as stern and I spent a lot of time blaming myself. I thought birds of a feather flock together. Okay, well, maybe I was mean, and so people like I deserve things. No, I was never mean to any of these people. I was only ever a great and supportive and loving friend to all of these people. So it was funny how a year after the birthday trip thing, I get a text message from this birthday trip bitch, and it's one of my favorite songs, and it's a love song. She's like, I thought of you. Again, I didn't have the life experience I have now. I was still on a journey, and I did reply, and I was like, oh my god, this is so nice, because it was one of my favorite songs. She really caught me at a good moment because I was having a hard time in general. And so when she texted me and said like, yeah, please let me know and like talk to me no matter how long it's been, I'm sitting there at the phone and I want to be able to, because we did used to be best friends before our friendship abruptly ended during the birthday trip. So I did miss my friend, but I was like, you treated me horribly. Why does this feel like an olive branch when like I didn't even do anything to you? It feels like she's like forgiving me and she's like trying to make peace and wave a white flag when I didn't even do anything to her. I didn't do anything to you. Sorry and some accountability was never said or taken because she doesn't care. She doesn't give a fuck about me. What she gives a fuck about is that I was the only person who gave a fuck about her music career. I was the only person who encouraged her to do it. I was who told her to start singing in the first place and putting out music. When I was gone, she realized, oh my god, no one else cares about this but him. Let me try to text him with something that I know he cared about so he maybe reply. No, like I'm a person person, you're gonna have to come a little harder than that for me to actually be your friend again. So I hearted it and I didn't respond because there's nothing that we need to talk about. Fast forward to when I'm 22 now and I'm getting ready for work at the bank, and I get a text message from one of our other mutual friends from high school who told me that this girl flipped her car off the side of the road and ended up in the hospital with multiple broken bones. And I said, like, hey, I heard about what happened. Like, I hope everything's good with you. And she replied and she said, hey, thank you. It's so good to hear from you. This was another checkpoint in my journey. Why is it good to hear from me? Because you told me that I ruined your 21st birthday. Why would it be good to hear from me? You know what I'm saying? Like, these bitches are out of their fucking mind. For me, I'm like, well, it's hard for me to really think that I'm the problem when these bitches on one hand telling me you ruined my birthday, then on the next hand, they texting me asking me to donate to their GoFundMe for their album. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, a bitch ruined my birthday. I never texted no bitch asking them to donate to me. I never asked for no bitch number. I never said it's good to hear from you. I never said nothing to no bitch who I feel like did. So when I said they all come crawling back, they really do all come crawling back. Like, I'm not just here talking for no reason. Like, I have a real life story and I'm a real bitch. Like, it's real context outside of these little pieces of media that I create to post online. Like, it's a whole life, whole context. Bitches watched that video, had no clue. She texted me afterwards talking about, oh, I sang a song and thought about you. Because I didn't have to say that. I don't have to say, oh, I was the only black person and they made me feel bad because I'm the only black one, I'm the only gay one. No, I don't have to say none of that because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like, these bitches are just fucking loony, and I decided, okay, y'all crazy. I'm magical. Like I said, I'm a magical person. I really am so gracious and kind to the people who I love. And when I realized that these bitches are demons and they take people's light and then they just want to spit in your face like you're nothing, I walk the fuck away. And every single time they come and text me because they realize they're never gonna meet someone like me. So a message for her, because there was some other text messages that I didn't show you guys, like how my friend found her boyfriend on Tinder. So, bitch, you want to treat me bad and go, you know, act weird towards me in front of your boyfriend, go ask him to donate to your GoFundMe. Maybe after he's done putting his dick in another bitch pussy, then maybe he can donate to your GoFundMe. When I was your friend, when I loved you, when I was there for you, you treated me like shit. So I have nothing for you. I put my phone down and I continued to get ready for work at that motherfucking bank. I had my own shit to deal with. Anyway, it was time for another day of work. And as I told you guys at the beginning of the video, my days usually started with me clearing out the ATM. I'd have made so many videos about this fucking bank. I don't remember what I've told you guys about and what I haven't told you guys about. But every time I did the ATM, anytime we were in the vault, anytime you really did anything with like large sums of money besides just simple transactions, we always needed another person with us and they had to sign off on some paperwork afterwards, because then that's like two people who are verifying that the money went where it was supposed to go. So anyway, I'm doing the ATM and my boss is behind me and she's freaking the fuck out because that day was the day Today's of the audit. Ooh, mind you, I was a teller. Like, I don't give a fuck about the audit. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Like, I was like, okay. Oh my god, no way. I'm so nervous. What do they do during the audit again? Think about it like this. The way they make sure a branch of the bank's sales are intact is just by looking at the numbers, the amount of bank accounts you guys open, credit cards you guys have people sign up for, XYZ, ABC. The way that they make sure the operations of that branch of the bank are all in order is through an audit. So the auditor comes through, looks through all of our paperwork to make sure that everything was filled out properly. Oh damn. And at the beginning of the video, we had just talked about how the bank literally let go of our assistant manager who's in charge of operations. And there was only 3 of us working at this branch of the bank. Me, the teller who had just got hired, you, the branch manager who also just got hired, and then a banker who also just got hired. So we're literally gonna fail the audit. No, we're not gonna fail the audit at all. y'all, I am very good at both operations and sales. That's why they hired me, because I'm in charge of both, and I'm very passionate about my team and making sure that my branch is run correctly. I'm the manager. Okay, so let's just say a branch does fail the audit. Then what's the punishment? Because then that would tell us the incentive to maintain the operations, because if we remember that conversation from earlier, it's kind of an invisible thing, so there needs to be an incentive, just like how the incentive for us to sell the credit cards and open the different types of bank accounts in the first place is points on the scorecard. For the quarterly bonus, which could get up to like $15,000, $20,000, like 4 times a year, there needs to be an incentive to maintain the branch, or else the branch won't get maintained. If you fail the audit, then you don't get your quarterly bonus. Mind you, I was the teller, so I didn't even get a quarterly bonus regardless. Yeah, but having people sign up for the credit cards is proving to me that you can't even accomplish a sale in the first place. It's like you have to have the spirit of entrepreneurship. You have to know that the work you put in at the beginning isn't free labor or wasted effort, but it's practice. It's going into a bank of experience for when you do get the promotion to a banker and you do get a quarterly bonus. Yes, queen. Okay, period, sister. Okay, can you sign this? I'm done with the ATM. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me just... And look at her, just signing what I handed her. She didn't even read it or double check my work. She lucky I'm actually thorough and was doing my job correctly. Otherwise, she don't know what she signed. She be signing her will away. Like, she just signed whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'm like nervous for the audit just because like our assistant manager was let go like a couple months ago, but I'm like also not nervous at the same time just because of like how good at my job I am. Like I am both sales and operations, like I'm good at both, so I'm like kind of like I can't decide whether to be like scared or like completely like confident. I think we'll be fine though, regardless. Anyway, it's time to open up. Let's open the door. Every time she turned her back, here comes this nigga. We are going to fail. What do you mean? I think we're going to pass. She is really good at operations, just like she said. Me trying to keep my job, because if he was running behind her back, talking shit about her to me, and I'm the one who, by the way, he was the one who called me the monkey and then texted me at 11 p.m. I'm like, so I could very much be sure that every time I turned my back, he was talking shit about me to her too. So I was like, I'm not about to talk shit about her, nothing, because she's the boss. I'm like, she is so good at her job. I am so confident in her abilities. She is not good at operations. All she does is sit on her ass. She leaves the work and just saying a whole bunch of shit in my face, breath, like, in his teeth up in my face. I'm like, ew. Like, couldn't even pay attention to what he was saying. And then he was this like, big burly man, like, had the nerve to come to work with eyeliner. What the fuck? Hookah, oh my breath. Like, ew. I asked him too one day, like, he had like these black rings around his eyes. It was like these really dark circles, like he got hit. I walked up to him, I was like, are you okay? Like, did you get hit or something? He said, what do you mean? It's mascara. It's eyeliner. I was like, oh, no, it looks really good. I hate her. She is a whore. Like, he in my face. Like, I'm looking up his nostrils. I'm like, let me just crawl inside. Mind you, it's like 8 a.m. So the auditor lady came through and they're behind her, clinking their teeth, biting their nails, nervous as fuck, because this is their quarterly bonus on the line. I'm not worried because the only job that I had that was being reviewed by the auditor was the ATM, and the assistant manager taught me how to do it, and she was very thorough. She was a bitch, and so you know she whipped my ass into shape. So I wasn't really worried, but they were. Alright, fail. And I need to go into the back to look at you guys' files to make sure that everything's filed properly. Okay, sure thing. Right this way. Mind you, the place in the back looked like a tornado ran. Okay, and then like, here is the back offices where we have all of our paperwork. Okay, let's take a look. That slut is going to make us fail. I'm going to lose my bonus. Oh my god, she's coming back over here. Hey, how'd the audit go? I don't know. She said she'd give us the results of the audit by the end of the video, but so much more bullshit happened literally the day of the audit that I have to talk about in this story time. Oh my god, like what? Like my nail appointment in literally 15 minutes. Oh, you scheduled a nail appointment literally at the beginning of the workday on like a Wednesday morning? The morning that we are getting audited as the branch that you are the manager of? Oh yeah, cause it's in San Jose and we live in San Francisco, so it's like a 35-minute drive. Which is why I'm stressed, because last time I left work for a nail appointment, I was late and then they canceled my appointment, so I had to sit in the lobby and wait for a nail person to be ready, and I don't want to do that again. Oh, I thought you were stressed about the results of the audit. Oh, no. I mean, we probably failed. Like, oh my god, you think we failed? I wonder why. Anyway, girl, I'll see you at lunch then, I guess. Oh no, one of my boyfriends lives in San Jose, so I'm probably gonna go get lunch with him, so I won't make it back by lunch. Oh, okay, I'll see you after lunch then? Yeah. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow? Damn, how long does it take to get your nails done and get lunch and then drive back to work? Like, what? That's what I say literally every time, but you know, Bay Area traffic is so crazy, so I feel like I won't make it back by 5:30. But it's only like 10:15 a.m. Oh. I was like, well, anyway, back to doing my job, aka scrolling on my phone and drawing pictures all day. You can go down and kiss it, and every time. And just when I start to enjoy my privacy, here come this nigga. Can I help you? So she just leaves work whenever she feels like it? Just breath. It's like smacking me in the face. I'm in the corner. I'm cornered. This big hairy man, eyeliner from 2 days ago splattered all over his face. I'm like, so you ain't washed your face before work? What? I cannot believe she just leaves work in the middle of the day. There is only 2 of us left here. She is the manager. She needs to be here. I'm like, oh my god, please stop talking about her to me. Like, I had just run away from home like 3 months prior. I need this job. I'm not about to get fired for talking shit about her to you. Or getting bullied. Like, have her find out I'm talking shit about her, and now she bullying me, and then they went and called me a monkey anyway. I'm like, oh, okay. And then this is the same one who texted me last year randomly, 3 years after I quit that job, talking about, hey, at 11 p.m. on a Friday night. I thought I was a monkey. Why is it all of a sudden, hey? See what I'm saying? Like, people are weird in the real world. Like, people online, you guys can, like, pretend to be perfect all you want. You get in the real world, it's bitches like this walking around. So, I'm like, what? That just makes me so angry. Does that not make you angry? She just leaves. She does not care about us. She does not care about our job. She just making our lives difficult, and she just cares about herself. I'm just like, okay, like I was a 22-year-old teller. Like, I don't give a fuck if she leaves. All her leaving does is tell me, oh, if the manager doesn't give a fuck about the job, then why the fuck should I? I mean, like, seriously. And makes our job difficult. I'm like, what are you talking about? My job where I sit on the phone for like 7 out of the 8 hours that I'm there? Like, imagine walking into the literal bank to deposit a check and the fucking teller is sitting there on his phone. Hi, I'd like to deposit a check. Wait, no, cause what the fuck? Hi, how can I help you? You hear cussing in the back. And the manager on the phone too. She fighting with her nigga. What? What the fuck kind of bank? Hi, do you have a credit card? Okay, I'm being very, very so very facetious. Like, we were really good at customer service. I mean, we were number 2 in the district. Like, we were really good at customer service. I'm kind of being facetious, even though sometimes she really would be fighting with one of her boyfriends while the customer was sitting right there. Like, she'd be like whisper fighting, like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, she was very unprofessional. I, on the other hand, was perfect. I was perfect. But yeah, to circle back to what he was saying about, like, why aren't you angry? Just trying to, like, spew poison into my ear, get my quarters all up. I'm, like, looking at those fine lines on his forehead. I'm like, ooh, no. I'm chill. I don't care. Yeah, sure. From an interpersonal level, thinking back at the concept of what people are capable of when they know you're going through a really hard time, sure, that makes me really sad, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I'll just make a story time about this in 4 years when my life has completely changed and all of this is behind me. And I'll talk about you like you're a dog behind your back, anonymously. I'll never say the name or the location or anything like that, but I'll talk about you like you're the dirt under my shoe, cuss you out, talk about your teeth, talk about your breath, talk about how ugly and burly and manly with eyeliner on and all that about all you. Yeah, my boss was a hoe, she was a hoe, her pussy, I ain't never seen nothing so wide. I was like getting sucked into the gravitational orbit of it. The first time I saw her, I was confused, but then you told me she's a whore. So then I was like, okay, I understand. And then, you know, I'm just gonna move on with my life, and that's just that. So, yeah. So that was when the construction man from earlier in the video came into the bank to deposit another check. Oh my, it is your husband, your boyfriend. I know, move, go, you're ugly. I don't want him to think that we friends or associated in any way. Like, please, move, go. Hi, welcome in. Hey, Cammy, just here to deposit another check. You know the deal. Check? Yeah, oh my god, we just finished a project. Payday is on Friday, so I need to use the money from this check to pay my workers. Oh my god. Okay, I'm definitely going to deposit this check. So I'm doing my thing while the banker is chatting it up with the construction guy about his alleged wife and kids. And how are your wife and kids? Oh yeah, they're great. Oh, that is so great. And that was when the computer told me that I needed another approval for the check, because it was another one of those like $200,000, $300,000 checks from earlier in the video. Whenever the manager would leave work randomly, it was okay because the banker could just do the approvals himself. And it was actually kind of annoying whenever the people who would come in would catch on to the routine, because then they would be like, oh, you might need an approval for this one. Thank you for letting me know. It's almost like I'm not the one doing the fucking job. Like, so the banker comes over to do the approval on the computer and tell me why his password declined. I said, oh my god, so does this mean you're fired? Like they fired you on the back end or something and I'm never gonna see you again in my life? No, you wish. Excuse me, what's going on here? How do I say? Oh, this is gonna be some drama. The amount of the check that you are trying to deposit is higher than my limit of instant deposit. So you can't deposit my check at the bank? Okay, can I talk? Because I actually know English, like, okay. No, your check is deposited. It's already in the system and everything. You're just gonna have to wait 24 to 48 hours in order for the funds to make it to your account. What are you talking about? I've never had to wait. Yeah, I know, and that was by design. Since the assistant manager from earlier in the video knows you and has known you for years and she knows your clients that you work for, even after she quit, we would just base our transactions with you off of the strength of that customer relationship. So instead of doing our due diligence, we would just put the money through because we knew that the money was legit. But standard procedure is that the bank does need to verify with the bank account that the check was made out of, that $200,000 that you're trying to deposit actually exists. So this is actually normal. What we were doing for you before was like a privilege. It was a favor. And so you're taking that away from me now because why? Well, we're not taking it away. I mean, this is what we were supposed to be doing the entire time because we don't know you. She knew you. We don't know you. So for all we know, that money that we've been putting through for you even after she quit could have been fake the entire time. Even though it wasn't, because the bank still will verify the funds even when we put it through. But like, this is normal, actually. Okay. No. Can I talk to the manager? Cause I need to pay my employees. Payday is on Friday. I can't wait 24 to 48 hours. I need the money now. Well, that is the problem. That is why we are not putting the money in through for you regardless, because the manager is not here. Sorry, it's not funny. It's just ironic is all. It's just... So I come into the bank to deposit a check, and I can't deposit my fucking check because the manager isn't here. Oh no, we have deposited it. It will be in your account 24 to 48 hours. The bank just needs to verify. Wow. He starts screaming like gets red. This is unacceptable. This is fucking bullshit. Ew, I'm like crushed over. I don't like this screaming shit. I know, this is so annoying. If she was here, we really would put the check through. But another thing is, we just got audited and we probably failed the audit. I don't give a fuck that you got audited. Oh. Okay, well then, you know, enjoy your funds in 24 to 48 hours. I hope, you know, you can pay your employees in the meantime. Like, it's not my fault you waited till 2 days before payday to pay your people. So this is a fucking bank, and you two are the only two people here. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I can call the manager and see what she can do, even though she's not. Yeah, you're gonna need to call the manager, or I'm gonna have to start sending emails to the district manager. Sir. The district manager will tell you the exact same thing that we're telling you, except she will not be as nice. She will be much colder. So I go into the back to call the manager. Hello? Hi, yeah, you know my boyfriend? The one who I think is really cute? Oh, your husband? Yeah. He came in with another one of those. Would you like to add a complimentary glass of wine? Yeah, I'll take a glass of wine and sure. Also add the massage onto the pedicure. Hello? Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hello? What are you doing? Oh, shit. He came in. Just tell the banker to put his password in. What's the problem? It wouldn't go through. It said he's gonna have to wait 24 to 48 hours for the funds to his account. That's normal. I mean, tell him that we were only putting it through for him because of a prior relationship he had with an employee who doesn't even fucking work here anymore. Yeah, we did tell him that, and he's like hella mad. He's like screaming and cussing right now. He said it's payday. He has to pay his employees. He like needs this money. Yeah, the clear coding too. Yeah, thank you. And you can leave my cuticles around. Oh, no cuticle? I don't like... Oh, you know, right? Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Look, dude, it's not my fault he waited until a day and a half before payday to pay his employees. That's what I was thinking, too. So. I was like, what? Why did it take so long for you to pay your people? Like... Okay, so here's what you can tell him. I'll fix this. Okay. Okay, tell him your manager said that what he can do is eat my cock backwards. This is bullshit! I am closing my account! So what ended up happening? Did he close his account? No. It's too complicated of a process. He was so interwoven into the bank. His brother, multiple business accounts, his wife, and then his personal accounts, each with multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Then you can't just withdraw hundreds of thousands of dollars. The bank has to know why, because that's a lot of cash to just be handing over to someone. Then the bank has to verify the source of those dollars. It's just too much. What we ended up doing for him was we transferred money from his personal bank account into his business account, which is really bad business, but it's also bad business to wait until the last minute to get the funds to pay your employees. So, you know, it's his fault, really. It is really his fault. And it's kind of ironic how everything seemed to always work out in that way for us, or I guess them, as in my manager. So what ended up happening as a result of the audit? Did you guys get the results? Oh, we failed, obviously. I told you guys that before you even clicked on the video. Look at the title. We failed miserably. Literally, the only parts that we passed were the ATM, the parts that I did. And then the funny part about it was the parts of the ATM that we failed was on days that I wasn't at work. Isn't that funny?
Wow, so they missed out on their quarterly bonus.
No.
What? But I thought you said that if they failed,
she went to the district manager and was like, look, this bank is so understaffed. You guys let the assistant manager who's in charge of operations, which is what the audit is for, go at the beginning of the video. And then you guys pay people dirt cheap, so no one wants to fucking work here to deal with people like me and the guy with horns on his head. What the fuck? Like, that's not my fault. You hired me for sales. I'm head of sales. I'm not operations. And then they, you know, did nothing. So we failed the audit and it did nothing. It was pointless.
Wow. But at some point in the video, you said that she specialized in both sales and operations.
Yeah. And she also one time said that she was married to this guy whose last name was Murphy. And then it turns out that Murphy was actually her boyfriend who she lives with. And her actual husband lived in the UK and she hadn't seen him in 5 years. I mean, like, people say shit all the time. Like, she was lying her ass off the entire time.
Wow. And then she had the other boyfriend in San Jose, and she was lying to the boyfriend she lived with, and
yeah, that's just that.
Okay, well, for the baddie group, do you have any last words?
No. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.